Hello, I'm Keith Kreischer, the Executive Director of the IoT M2M Council, here with my good friend Steve Loving of CORE. Steve,
Yes.
welcome. And we're at Embedded World North America in
We sure
Anaheim.
are.
It's a new show, a new venue.
Yeah.
How's the show going?
I think the show's fantastic. The venue's fantastic. The turnout, quite frankly, was a little bit surprising to us in terms of the volume of people. And the conversations are outstanding. And so, not only on the technical side in terms of working on particular problems for clients or opportunities or challenges, but just the relationship. So meeting old friends and seeing new people, move jobs. It's really an exciting venue. So we're happy to be here.
Great stuff. We talk a lot about sort of advanced concepts and the whole idea of how embedded systems and IoT connectivity are moving closer together.
Yeah.
It seems like the two ecosystems are really overlapping these days. Talk to us about that.
Yeah, and it's funny. Those are all loaded words like embedded systems and connectivity. They mean so many things to different people, and so you really need to pull that onion back a little bit and try to find out where a person's frame of reference is from. But on the embedded side, the embedded systems have always talked to each other, right? There's always been conversations between machines, and the connectivity component, regardless of RF, maybe it's Wi-Fi or Bluetooth or another technology. Certainly cellular is coming front and center to provide a pipe, if you will, a little bit more sophisticated than that, to expose those conversations into the cloud and have those conversations embedded through APIs to OT and IT systems to give clients a full view of the health of that system, when it needs to be serviced, and how to take action on those things. And then really from a form factor perspective, which our embedded friends are always interested, right? You can save space now. I think instead of what we see is a lot of people still use a lot of plastic SIM cards to provide that capability, but embedded, right? We're moving to MMF2s and providing the cellular connectivity, right? That conduit to that value data via a much smaller form factor. And even in addition to that, on that embedded part, cellular connectivity and connectivity to various providers has moved from physicalities to profiles to software. So now we're talking to clients not about a specific piece of plastic that works on a particular vendor, or not an embedded MF2 type profile that works on a specific vendor, but we're talking about how do we put profiles on that chip, on that board, and how do clients basically change those profiles over time, over the air, to that particular device. Now what that does for clients is it basically extends the life of that embedded hardware, and from their customer's perspective, it offers future-proof and it protects them. So if they happen to be using maybe a large MNO or another organization with that embedded profile, and they'd like to switch to a company like CORE, we can basically over the air push a different connectivity profile, and now they're working on different carriers. And so from the embedded world, we're saving space from plastic to MMF2, and then we're also changing the essence of connectivity from the physicalities. We've separated those two things, and we're moving to software and OTAing over the air, changing those profiles for a lot of flexibility for both the embedded providers and the customers.
Great. Obviously, CORE, a major connectivity provider in the IoT sector. But there are a lot of voices out there in the connectivity space.
It's noisy.
And talk to us about that. I mean, how does CORE respond to that challenge?
It depends on the individual. Even within companies, it depends on the approach. But our approach at CORE, certainly my approach, is one of respect. And so let's start out respectful. Let's start out with requirements. Let's understand where you're at. Let's understand your use case, your rollouts, your speed requirements, your connectivity requirements. Let's make sure we understand those requirements. And then let's talk about the connectivity options, right, to address those requirements. So there's different ways to do it, right? I think more of the old schools move from, hey, what's your price per meg or something like that, which is quite seriously a kind of a short conversation, to one of, hey, what's your total cost of ownership? How does price point fit into that? What are the mechanisms and the operational tooling that you give me to manage a connected fleet at scale, which is a big problem, right? One device is easy, 100 devices is easy, it's a little bit harder. 10,000, 100,000 devices, that's all about tooling. And let's make sure that we walk that path down together to deliver the right solution to you. Because quite frankly, though it's a small part of the supply chain, if your device doesn't connect, it's not delivering value to your customers, and quite frankly, your brand is negatively impacted. So let's do it right on the front side.
Right. Hey, great stuff. Once again, I'm Keith Kreischer here at Embedded World with Steve Loving, of course. Steve, thanks so much for your time.
Great to be here. Thank you very much.
Have a great show.
Yeah.